All right. See you there, Aiden. Yeah, where was the stream? Me being a dummy didn't hit the go live button. So thanks for that. I had it live on Twitch if you were over there. But now we're live on both. So we missed heat race number 1. We'll have to combine those together somehow. All right, so we're going to get going here for heat race number 2. And I talked for a long time during qualifying. You missed a lot of good stuff. Let's see if we can get a grid here. And none of the grids are working here for some reason. Not a single one of them. Must not like the way this is set up here for some reason, but we're going to go ahead and get going here for heat race number 2. All right, thanks, Cracker Jack. Appreciate that over there on the Twitch side of things. All right. Heat race number 2, 10 laps. This will line up the outside row. If you missed the, you did miss the first one, the first heat race. We lost, got down to basically a couple cars on the racetrack. It was Preston Brown bringing home the win in heat race number 1. Jacob Barker second, Colt Gardner in third. And we're going to get going here for heat race number 2. Looks like Charlie Bowling back there getting a little impatient. But here we go. We're going to roll off the line for 10 laps of action. Yeah, rookie mistake there, Todd. Sorry about that. Just in time. So what are we gonna do? Pile up on the front. We're not even going green flag, guys. What the heck are we doing here? On the before we can even get going, we've got cars beating on each other. What happened? I looked away for a second. What was that all about? I was looking up at the chat. Let's see here. So it looks like Cliff in the DRSN paint job on the car tonight just spun the tires, lost the back of the car. Finds himself back here in the 7th right now. He's going to try to get his way back up to his starting spot. So on the pole is the 18 of Hunter Hughes. To his outside, the 44 of Matt Dickerson. Inside of row number 2 is the 80 of Cliff Adams with Connor Hughes on the 19. A new paint job on the 19 this week. Charlie Bowen in the 5 is going to start back here inside of row number 5. Or excuse me, inside of row number 3. To his outside, it's the 54 of Cody Zuroff. Back in 7th, inside of row number 4, it is going to be Aiden O'Neill, and that's going to round out our 7-car feature. So we had 8 in heat race number 1, 7 in heat race number 2 for a total of 15 cars here tonight to start the 40-lap feature. All right, let's see if we have a recap of the first heat. Again, my apologies for not hitting the live button, but we are with you now. Well, thank you for being here. If you haven't been here before, hit the subscribe button. Trust me, we won't make that mistake again. All right. Heat race action coming your way. You can always go back over to the Twitch channel and watch the replay to catch heat race number 1 if you missed anything later on when this is all over with. But right now, we're going to go racing here in heat race number 2. Hunter Hughes, Matt Dickerson. Hunter's going to get a good jump here on the start, but I don't think it's going to matter. They're going to run him down before they get to turn number 1. Is Dickerson on the outside. He's got the 19 of Connor Hughes and the 87 of Aiden O'Neill on the outside line. Cliff Adams down on the bottom. He is going to get around Connor Hughes. He's in 3rd. He's trying to catch his Vortex Motorsports teammate, the 80 of Cliff Adams. See if they can get teamed up here with the 80 and the 44. Bowling right there back in 4th. He's going to look to the outside Adams. No, he's going to tuck back into line. Down the back straight, we're single file. So I think these drivers might have had a chance to spectate that first heat. And watch the carnage that went on in that first heat race. They're going to try something. And around goes Adams. Cliff Adams is going to lose it. Going to collect the 54 of Zuroff. Zuroff, one of our webcam drivers, trying to get gathered back up and get back on the racetrack. Cliff Adams getting going back here, and so is Connor Hughes, but it's Hughes, Dickerson, Bowling, and O'Neill. That's your top 4, and they've got away from the rest of the group. So green flag's going to stay out here. No caution for that incident. So up front right now, it's the 18 of Hughes, 44 of Dickerson right there with him. Dickerson takes a look to the inside of Hughes down the front straightaway. Who is going to survive this race tonight is basically what it's going to come down to. O'Neal looks to the outside. Bowling drifts way up the top of the racetrack. Let's see if that gives him a run off the corner. The draft here at iRacing Superspeedway is just something ridiculous. You can see the speed down in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. 236 mile an hour for Charlie Bowling, compared to our leader of Hunter Hughes. For actually run about the same thing, about 237. Dickerson hits 238. That's the highest speed we've seen so far. And it looks like, let's see, Hughes is still on the racetrack. So is Cliff Adams limping around. Zerhoff has parked it. We'll get back up to front. Cross the line, 3 laps down, 7 to go. You can see Zerhoff's going to make his way back out onto the racetrack. Hughes looks like he has a good line getting into 1, drives right down to the bottom of the yellow line. Dickerson's going to take a look to the outside down the back straightaway. I think he was expecting O'Neal to go with him, give him a little bit of a help, see if they could find a way. Hughes there. O'Neal finally picks him up, and then Hughes drops down to the bottom again. So just Aiden O'Neal just can't quite decide who to go with there. He goes up behind Dickerson, back down behind Hughes, and he is going to use the draft from the 18 to get himself by the 44 of Dickerson. Charlie Bowling going to try to follow through as well. So Matt Dickerson took a look to the outside, but that's going to drop him back to 4th. Bowling takes a look to the inside of O'Neal as they head into the 1 and 2. He's got no help down there. Let's see how this works out. Dickerson's going to decide to go with O'Neal on the outside. Off of turn number 4 to come across the stripe. This will be the halfway mark. 5 down, 5 to go. Some tight racing up front. A little tighter racing we saw earlier on in the hint than what we saw in heat race number 1. Huff McGruffs, hey, thanks for joining over there in the Twitch chat. Top 4 single file right now here as we got completed 5 laps of the scheduled 10. And there goes O'Neal. O'Neal's going to get loose off the corner. He's going to go into the outside wall hard. What was 4 cars battling for the lead is now down to 3. Hunter Hughes, Matt Dickerson, and now Charlie Bowling. Charlie Bowling has been hungry all season long to pick up his first half-decent Racing League victory. This will be a non-points race, but I still think any victory he could claim, take home that trophy, it would be exactly what he's looking for right now. But he has got 2 good cars in front of him, Hunter Hughes in the 18 and Matt Dickerson in the 44. They come across the stripe, 4 laps left to go. We're down to 3 cars with a chance to win this race. Bowling's going to go with Dickerson on the outside. Dickerson gets into the wall, comes down and gets into the 18. Bowling does a good job of avoiding that. Goes down to the bottom. Hughes hard into the outside wall. Matt Dickerson also going to lose it. You can see just how hard that banking is to transition off of. He got down on the banking, jumped right up across the racetrack. That is going to leave Charlie Bowling out all alone as we're going to stay green flag. Let's take a quick look and see what happened there. So a little contact, it looked like a little tap from behind as Dickerson came up in front of the 5. Let's see if we can catch a little bit different angle of that. Let's see if we can find it from here. We go. All right, so let's see. As Dickerson comes up the racetrack, you're going to see a little tap from the 5, and that was just enough to get him loose into the outside wall. And he's going to come down and collect the 18. The 18 hard into the outside wall. Charlie Bowling's going to drive away from this all by himself, just like we saw in the first heat race. Preston Brown basically out in front all by himself. Now it's going to be Charlie Bowling here in heat race number 2. Dickerson now about 27 seconds behind. So this is all Charlie Brown here for the next couple of laps. Charlie, I can call him Charlie Brown. It's Charlie Bowling. Sorry there, Charlie. Charlie Bowling in the 5. He's got a 35-second lead. All he can just pretty much go half throttle right now and win this heat race. 2 to go as he came across the line right there. Anybody else still on the racetrack? Connor Fuse. Dickerson going to make his way down to pit road. So another incident there for Matt Dickerson as he jumped down to the pits. Let's see if we can see what happened here with Matt. He's already got the back of the car all tore up. And I'm sure that's not helping the aerodynamics. And he just goes right down. You just cannot touch the apron here in these Xfinity cars, I mean, you could just see the transition, as we said earlier, from the bottom of the racetrack up onto the banking is vicious. Matt Dickerson got a nose down underneath the yellow line, and that was just enough to turn him around. Charlie Bowling, 1 minute and 17 seconds out in front, so he has got a whole lap over the field here in heat race number 2. Connor Fuse in second, but Connor Fuse is so far back he can't even... He's not even in the same zip code right now as Charlie Bowling. As Charlie drives away, here comes Cliff Adams. This is a race for position right here. So we're going to watch this. Charlie's going to come across the line here in just a moment, wherever he is on the racetrack. Let's see if we can figure out where he's at. He's coming into 3 and 4 down the back straightaway right now. All he's got to do is make a couple more corners to bring home a heat race win. And it's a little further back. Well, it's a lot further back. Where is Connor and... so it looks like Connor and Cliff are... going through 1 and 2. So we're going to watch Charlie come across the line. He's going to bring home the win here in heat race number 2. Barney's got the flag waving. Charlie's limping down the bottom of the racetrack. He's just going to do a donut across the finish line. We're going to go ahead and check out the action here for second. Connor Fuse in second right now. Cliff Adams going to take a look to the inside. Come on, Cliff, go to the inside. Cliff's going to not be able to make a move at all right there. He is going to hang right there in third. The DRSN number 80, the Vortex Motorsports number 80 of Cliff Adams is going to come home in third, but Connor Fuse, a good recovery for Blue Ridge Racing to come home in second. And it's Aiden O'Neill back in fourth. Cody Zerhoff in fifth. That is going to round out our... That is going to finish our event here for heat race number 2. Let's see if our results will work here. There we go. Charlie Bowling, Connor Fuse, Cliff Adams, Aiden O'Neill, Cody Zerhoff, Hunter Hughes. That was your top 7. We'll go back and take a look at the heat race number 1 as well. Preston Brown home to win in heat race number 1. It was Jacob Barker in second. Colton Gardner, Brendan McHugh, Mark Osher, Kyle Saha, Justin Kruger, and Todd Rush rounded out our field. So that was the results here for our heat races. And I think we may have a short break here before we get to the feature. No, we're going to get lined up. Hopefully one of our grids will work for us on this one. That is interesting. So something with the way this lobby is set up, it's not letting us use any of our starting grids. So I know Todd set the lobbies up, so I'm sure he did something screwy with it. No, Todd, anyway. All right, 40 laps of racing action. Cars are gridded up. I saw somebody get out of their chair a minute ago. I've got a few drivers here on the webcams with us tonight, as we said earlier. So thank you, guys. We'll show everybody on the webcam. Jacob Barker's going to start there in third. We've got Brendan McHugh in the 32. We've also got... So we'll just go ahead and bring it to you as we get going here. Let's see if we can get any of our grids to work. There we go. This one's going to work. All right, so Preston Brown on the pole. Charlie Bowling is outside. Jacob Barker and Connor Fuse will start outside of row number 2. Row number 3 is going to find the 41 of Colton Gardner to inside, starting in 5th, and the 80 of Cliff Adams in the 6th starting spot. Back to row number 7 is Brendan McHugh. Excuse me, in the 7th spot in row number 4, the 32 of Brendan McHugh, and starting in 8th, it's the 87 of Aiden O'Neill. Row number 5 starting in 9th, it's the 17 of Mark Osher, and the 44, your regular season points leader right now, of Matt Dickerson. We get back to the final few rows here. Kyle Saha is going to start 11th inside of row number 6. Cody Zerhoff in the 54 is going to start in 12th, back to row number 7. Starting 13th, it's Justin Kruger in the 29, and Hunter Hughes to his outside. And then rounding out the 15-car field, it is the 55 of Todd Rush in the Liquid Death number 55. So 15 cars, 40 laps of action here at iRacing Superspeedway for the for the half decent racing league all-star event brought to you by Sunny Creek Designs. Thank you so much for being here with us here at Digital Racing Sports Network, DRSN. Who's that on the outside of the race? That's our choose cone car of Corey Bowden. He put himself in a hot rod this week. Usually he's in a mini stock or a street stock. All right, we're going to see the pace car make a hard left turn, and we are going to go racing here for 40 laps of action. I think we might have saw less chaos tonight if we'd have ran the figure 8 race at Slinger Speedway. But here we go, green flag in the air. Preston Brown, Charlie Bowling on the front row. Winners of our heat races. Right behind him, Barker and Connor Fuse. Roll down into turn number 1. It looks like Zuroff might have not taken the green flag here. Looks like he might be coming out of the pit, so Cody Zuroff might have missed the start here. As we take a look here at the mid-pack, Bowling up on the outside. Here comes Barker. He's got a run on the 55, but Brown, he's got some help from the 41 of Gardner. Brown sees him coming, starts to go down to block that run up, but just can't. He gets stuck in the middle of the racetrack. Preston Brown stuck in what we call the sucker hole, and he is going to go backwards. That's going to put Bowling out in front. Bowling drops down to the bottom of the racetrack. Up on the outside, it's a 19, and I think I saw somebody going into the outside wall. Brendan McHugh getting loose. He's drifting up to the top of the racetrack. Up front now, it's Connor Fuse with the lead. Charlie Bowling down on the bottom. Barker right there with him. Into turn number 1 for start lap number 2. Connor Fuse, Charlie Bowling, Barker right there. Just about he started to get up into the outside of Adams. He's going to lose to come up, collect the 18 of Hunter Hughes. We're going to have caution for the first time. Barker and Hughes right there. It looked like Barker just looked like he started to drift up the racetrack, turn the car down to keep from getting into Cliff Adams, and unfortunately, once again, you can see him crab walking down the back straightaway. So the 18 pretty tore it. Barker also getting involved in this one. So let's take a look here and see what happened. Is it looks like we are under caution here for the first time, with the leader being Connor Fuse, Charlie Bowling, Cliff Adams, your top 3. So watch the 12 down on the bottom of the racetrack. He gets down into the corner and car picked up a little pusher on that bump, loses the back of it, comes up and just kills the 18. So Hunter Hughes hard into the outside wall, just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And the 18, so it looks like the 18 and the 12 are going to have to use one of their 4 fast repairs here. Todd may just be Jimmy Neutron. I don't know. You know what? I guess I'm too old to know the Jimmy Neutron reference, so. All right, back to live action here as we are under caution. Thanks for joining us on the YouTube side of things and on Twitch. We're streaming over there for the first time in quite a while tonight. Thank you for being over there, and apologies we went a little late. We spent a lot of time covering qualifying and the first heat race, and everybody on the YouTube side missed it because I was too stupid to hit the go live button. But we're going to be under caution for the first time. So tomorrow night, hey, don't forget, we got lots of other action actually right now happening on the other side of the channel. We've actually got another event going on right now. It is the Fire for Effect ARCA series. So Fire Effect Foundation raises money for veterans, and we are over there right now. Sagar is covering that event right now. ARCA Racing over on the channel live right now as we're here. Any super chat donations tonight, on either one of the races, on this race or over on the other one, are all going to go back to Fire for Effect. So if you're out there right now, if you want to jump in, throw $3 or $5 at the super chat, that money's going to go right back to Fire for Effect Foundation. That's helping out a lot of our veterans here in the country. So appreciate them being here with us tonight. We're going to jump over and watch that a little bit later, but right now we're here live with a half decent racing at iRacing Superspeedway. Tomorrow night, though, we're going to be here for the JWR E-Racing Saturday Night Fever Craftsman Trucks at Daytona tomorrow night. If you have not been with us on a Saturday night, we've got the money side, the money racing side of the iRacing world, Superspeedway racing. We like to cover those on Saturday night. It's a lot of fun. Next week coming up, don't forget, we also have the 410 sprint cars. Basically 4 out of the 5 nights next week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Ended on Thursday night with the Kings Royal. Wednesday night will be the night before the Kings, is what they call it. And Tuesday night's going to be the Joker's Wild, but Monday night. So all put on by Dirty Old Bastards with help from Steinman Gallo Racing. 4 nights of racing action coming your way, 410 sprints. If you like some good dirt track racing, don't miss that at Eldora Speedway. That's going to be a fun one. We're really looking forward to that. So hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications so you don't miss any of the action coming your way here on DRSN. But we're going to go green flag racing one more time to start lap number 5. And it's going to be Connor Fuse and Charlie Bowling here side by side as we see our choose cone car of Corey Bodeno back there goofing off. So green, and Bowling's going to go around I'm not sure if he spun the tires or if the 32 of McHugh got into the back of him right there. But we're going green flag race and we're back under caution. We're going to take another look. We're going to take a good look at that. We're going to have lots of time. Let's just pause this here and see if we can get an angle where it shows whether McHugh was even close to him. That last one was pretty close. We got lots of different angles to look at. There we go. There's a good one. We can look right down at the 5. See if we have anything that looks backwards. That one's not really great, is it? Got to find a better angle here somewhere. There we go. There's a good one. All right, so let's watch here on this restart. We'll back it up just a little bit. Watch the 5. And you can see... Oh, it actually looks like Connor drifted up a little bit right there and caught the left front fender of Bowling. And that's what sent him around. I couldn't tell if Charlie spun the tires, if Brendan got in the back of him, but actually you go back and look at it, and you can see pretty good angle right there. Once again, go back and look at it one more time here. What's this shot gonna look at here? That's too far away. All right, we'll go back and look one more time. And Connor just drifts up enough just to catch the left front, and it really didn't take much. It looks like Adam's got a piece of it there. Mark Osher got a piece as well. So caution here for the second time. We didn't even get another lap in. So a little mistake right there between the 19 and the 5. And Bowling is going to pay for it. He's going to go around, so we're going to be under caution one more time. So I was stumbling my way through bringing you the events coming next week, so we're going to do a better job of it here as we're under caution once again. So Monday night, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we got 410 sprint car action coming your way. Dirty Old Bastards, Kings Royal from Eldora, 410 sprint cars. Tuesday night, we'll be back with the Western Racing League Truck Series. That's at 11 o'clock. So all week long, the 410, the Dirty Old Bastard race is going to be at 9 o'clock Eastern. Tuesday night, it's 11 o'clock Eastern for the Western Racing League Truck Series, brought to you by Viking Construction Group. Wednesday night, we have the Smoking Thunder ARCA Series, brought to you by Sagar. We'll be covering that action on Wednesday night. Thursday is the Victory Lane Outlaws Cars Late Models. That's a fun one. They've been putting on a really good show. I went back and watched the one last night. Liam Erbig bringing you the coverage on those on Thursday nights. And then Friday night of next week, we'll be right back here with the Half Decent Racing League. And we got the schedule here, so we're going to see where we are while we're under caution. So where are we next week? We looked at it earlier. So we are at Indianapolis. So we're going to go from this long paperclip to one of the biggest tracks they're going to run on all season long. So next Friday night, we're going to be here for round 23, and that's going to be another points race at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Half Eastern Racing League Xfinity cars. So we haven't got to cover a race at Indy for a while either, so that'll be a fun one. All right, so we're going to get back to Green Flag Racing here as I'm rambling on. Thanks for being here with us. Hit the subscribe button, give us a like, throw your babies in the air, give us a thumbs up, throw some hearts out there, whatever you want to do. But don't miss any more action coming your way all week long. As we're just trying to kill some time here in the middle of these long caution flags. Jesus, it takes a long time to get around this racetrack. So let's just cycle through our webcam drivers as well. So they are racing. Let's see, who's our first driver on the cams? It's going to be Cody Zuroff. Cody's running in 5th. Right now, Todd Rush back in 6th. Or excuse me, he's back here in 8th. Brendan McHugh in 9th. Then it's a little ways back to Jacob Barker. And then who did I miss here? Oh, Colton. I keep missing Colton. Colton in 6th right now. Colton on the webcam with us right now as well. So the driver that finishes the closest to the front on webcam tonight receives a $10 bonus. The driver, if that same driver can wins the race, so anybody in the webcam wins the race tonight, that's going to be $20. So racing for a trophy, and potentially a few of the drivers, only 5 of them, participated in the webcams tonight with a shot at the bonus. Connor Frears, Cliff Adams. Where's Charlie Bowling? Charlie's way down there in 9th. I'm not sure if he had to use a faster pair or not, but he did come down pit here on lap 5, along with McHugh, Dickerson, Saha, Brown. So we were told we only had about 27 laps of fuel So with this pit stop right here, I would expect most of these drivers can make it the rest of the distance that have pitted anyway. Fuse, Adams, O'Neill, Kruger have all not been down pit road as of yet. And neither has Todd Rush, but Todd's back here in 8th. All right, we're rolling down through 3 and 4. We'll go green flag next time around. We will be starting lap number 9. A couple more of our sponsors, Corbin Matthews Country Music. Check if you like some good country music, check out Corbin Matthews on all your favorite streaming services. All right, off at turn number 4. Here we go. We're going to go back to green flag to see if we can get a long green flag run here. We didn't even make it past the start-finish line last time. Adams kind of hanging back on the outside of the racetrack. He's got Kruger right there with him. And here goes Connor Fuse. Connor Fuse going to take the lead. And already I think I saw somebody going around. It's going to be Todd Rush. Hunter Hughes getting together. Bowling also getting involved in this one. I just kind of caught it off to the left side of the camera right there, so I'm not really sure what happened. But caution in the air one time. You can see smoke coming out of the 18. Hunter's already had to use a faster pair earlier. Looks like he's going to have to use another one as he looks to be blown up at this point. So let's see if we can see what happened on this one. So Hunter's got a big head of steam. The Zuroff just really didn't get going right there. And Hunter just got into the back of him and then turned it around down the front straightaway. Todd Rush and Charlie Bowling really with nowhere to go. Take a look here one more time. And we'll take a look from Hunter's point of view here. That's not what I wanted. All right, none of my cameras that I want to really... There we go. So you watch right here, Zuroff just really doesn't get going very well. Hunter gets into the back of him, and that turns the car up the racetrack, up across the 55. And Preston Brown and Barker were really lucky to squeak by down there on the bottom. All right, caution. I think this is caution number 4, or 3 anyway. Caution number 3, Hunter Hughes limping down pit road right now to get his faster pair. So we're going to go ahead and step away for just a second, get ourselves a something to drink real fast while we're under caution here again at iRacing Superspeedway. Your leader right now, Connor Fuse. Second, Aiden O'Neill, Cliff Adams, Justin Kruger, Colton Gardner around at your top 5. We'll be right back in about 2 minutes.
Now, driver, while the field gets sorted out and someone out there is still trying to find reverse, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in the middle of a race and thought, man, I really wish someone in my headset would tell me what the hell is going on? Maybe you're running out of fuel. Maybe the leader is about to lap you. Maybe you just wrecked half the field and you're pretending it wasn't your fault. Well, driver, that's where I come in. AI Chief. Your personal crew chief, race strategist, motivator, and occasionally the only voice of reason between you and the outside wall. With AI Chief you get live race strategy, fuel and pit calls, real-time race updates, savage coaching when you start doing something dumb, and trust me, based on what I've seen out there tonight, some of you really need the help. AI Chief doesn't just tell you when to pit, he tells you when to save fuel, when to push, and when to maybe, just maybe, stop trying to go 3 wide into turn 1. So if you're tired of racing blind, and you'd like a crew chief that actually knows what he's doing, head over to AIChiefRacing.com and let Chief get you sorted out. Because the only thing worse than wrecking is wrecking without knowing why. AI Chief, I've got your back. Now let's get back to the action.
All right, we are back live with you here at iRacing Superspeedway for the Half Decent Racing League All-Star Race, brought to you by Sunny Creek Designs. Sunny Creek Designs custom awards, recognitions, and promotional items. You'll find them online if you're looking for some promotional items, some trophies. They make some really cool trophies. This races tonight, they made a special trophy just for tonight. I should have got a picture of it, I guess. Would have been kind of a smart thing to show. But Sunny Creek Designs, really happy here to have them on board with the Half Decent Racing League. All right, looks like we're going to go green this time. Here, we'll start lap number 12 as we come across the line right now. It is the 19 of Connor Fuse. It's going to bring us to the line. Let's see if we can get past the start-finish line. We haven't yet on the last couple of restarts. The 19 at Connor Few is going to take us down to turn number 1, Aiden O'Neill right there on the bottom, and we've made it further than we have in the last 5 minutes. Across the start-finish line into turn number 1, it's Connor Few's Aiden O'Neill on the bottom. Cliff Adams starts to dip down to the bottom, going to let the car drift up in the middle of the corner. That's going to let Colton Gardner get by him on the inside for third. Colton Gardner in the 41. And so far, out of any webcam I've seen, Colton's by far got the most comfortable looking chair right there. Or a seat, as it would be called. But right now, Colton Gardner down there on the bottom of the racetrack in fourth. He's got Kruger to his outside. O'Neill up underneath Adams. Adams drifts up at the top of the racetrack. I think he saw O'Neill pushing up, moved up out of the way. We're about to be 3 wide off the corner. Colton Gardner takes a look to the inside. He thinks the better of it. He tucks in behind O'Neill. Across the line and starts lap 13. Cliff Adams finds his way to the lead for the first time in this race. O'Neill right there with him. Few's going to lose a little ground on the outside. Down this long back straightaway here at iRacing Superspeedway. Cliff Adams, Aiden O'Neill going to take a look to the outside. He's got a run with Connor Few's helps. Colton Gardner had a run on Adams. Adams made the good move, got to the bottom of the racetrack. Gardner was looking to split him and stick him in the middle of the racetrack. But Cliff Adams able to hang on. He gets down to the bottom, and here comes O'Neill on the outside. Aiden O'Neill is going to lead a lap here as we come across the line. The start, lap number 14. We're a couple laps away from halfway. 3 wide into turn 1. Kruger on the outside. Adams in the middle. Gardner down on the bottom. The 54 is... And Kruger's going to get loose on the outside. He's going to go around, collect the 54. Dickerson gets involved. He comes back up to the racetrack. I see... Is that... I'm trying to get my camera on Zurhoff because I saw him up on the wall. Heavy contact with the 54. Cody Zurhoff going for a ride. It looks like Charlie Bowling might have been involved in this one. Saha already jumped down to the pit. Kruger also jumped down there. We'll take a quick look at it here. And it started up front. It started up front there with Kruger. Now Kruger's on the outside of the racetrack. And just gets loose. He tries to save it. Comes down. Collects. Dickerson, watch the 54. We're going to keep an eye on the 54 of Zurhoff here with a little bit different angle. Watch the 54 go for a ride up on the wall, over the top of the 11, top of the 32, backwards all the way down the catch fence into all the way halfway down the back straightaway just about. So Zurhoff goes for a ride. And we are back to racing. What are you looking for, Kibby? You've searched all over Kemsfeld? What's Kemsfeld? No, this is one of the fantasy tracks in iRacing. iRacing created it, and I don't think it gets used near as much as they'd like it to. And kind of seeing what we got going on here tonight, I'm starting to see why. It is just a tough place to navigate. You can see a bunch of our drivers really struggling just trying to keep this car on the ground. Zurhoff went for a big ride right there. Kruger, the car just got snapped around on. Let's see if we can, let's see here. We always got lost time as he caught everybody coming down pit road. Todd Rush going to stay out on the racetrack as Todd pitted back on lap number 9. So Todd Rush and Mark Osher. Mark is a lap down at this point. So this will put Mark back on the lead lap. It looks like he's going to get the wave around. All right, Todd Rush finds his way to the lead. Let's take a look at our lap leaders in this thing. How many different drivers have led a lap so far during this race? It looks like 4 different drivers. Connor Few's has led 11. Aiden O'Neill got up there and led a couple. Preston Brown led 2. Todd Rush has now led a lap. This was a points race. He'd get some bonus points. We see Matt Dickerson's going to get out of the pit road first. He's going to find his way up to second. Our biggest gainers of the race, definitely Todd Rush. Started back in 15th. He's all the way up to the point here. Dickerson up 8. Hunter Hughes up 6. McHugh 4. And Cliff Adams up a couple. So for the first time tonight, welcome our viewers over on the Twitch side of things. And we're going to go green flag again. We've got... 15 laps down, 25 to go. We're starting lap number 16. We are under caution now for the 4th time, as we see Charlie Bolin, Kyle Saha, Cody Zuroff, and Justin Kruger still down on pit road right now getting some repairs done. It's been an exciting one. We expected it to. We've not covered too many races here. Actually, this is the first time we've actually covered any kind of race here at iRacing Superspeedway. We didn't know really what to expect tonight, and it has been an adventure so far. A lot of these drivers really, I think, last week when we talked to a few coming into this week, most of them had to go out and buy this track. They'd never raced on it before. They didn't know what to expect. And right now, the 55 of Todd Rush out at the point right now. And actually, this would be a $20 bonus for Todd Rush if he can hang on in the 55. As you can see, I'm limping around the speedway here at 87, 88 mile an hour under caution. But let's see if we can get a green flag run here. We'll check our lap. We'll check our max speed. We got Courtney up there in the YouTube chat saying go McHugh. Thank you, Courtney, for jumping on there. Where is Colton at right now? Colton is, or excuse me, Brendan is in second right now in the 32. So Charlie Bolin getting an EOL. I'm not sure what that was about, but he is going to go to the back of this thing in the 5. He is a lap down right now, so he is the first car lap down. If he can get another caution flag, get the lucky dog. We're going to roll down the back straightaway. We will go back green flag racing at the start of lap 18. Here is Brendan McHugh in the 32. Good camera shot right there. You can actually see what Brendan can see. You can see Dickerson on the outside. Watch as he comes forward here a little bit. See if Aiden O'Neill starts to sneak into the picture as we come off of 3 and 4 here. All right. It has been chaotic, to say the least. Here at iRacing Superspeedway, Todd Rush has found his way to the lead after starting in last. And he will bring us to the green flag. Who's that sneaking around the bottom of the racetrack? I think that's Kyle Saha. So Saha looks to be getting... He's going to get out of the pit road and get back on the racetrack, not lose another lap. The same as Cody Zuroff. So thanks, Cody, for sharing the webcam with us right now. But he has found himself a lap down. But right now, your leader, it is the 55 of Todd Rush. And he's got the... Hey, how come I didn't get one of those HDR all caps? All right, green flag in the air. Todd's going to take the lead into 1 and 2. Dickerson on the outside. Aiden O'Neill giving a little bit of a shove down the front straightaway. A little shot in the back bumper right there is going to send the 44 into turn number 1. McHugh on the bottom. So it's McHugh and Matt Dickerson side by side. That's for a second. Then it's Cliff Smith. So we got 3 Vortex Motorsports drivers all right here together, and they are getting ready to run down Todd Rush in the 55. We come off of turn number 2. McHugh to the outside. Brendan McHugh looking to take the lead right here. So he's going to come off the corner. He's on the outside of the 55. He's got Cliff Adams in the 88 right there giving him a shot. And Aiden O'Neill sees a hole he likes right in the middle of the racetrack. Somehow they're going to get through the corner. That's the first time we've seen us actually get through a corner 3 wide. O'Neill with a great move. Uses that slingshot move around Todd Rush. Gets by 3 cars there in a matter of 1 corner. Gets around Rush, Adams, and McHugh. But here comes McHugh, Adams, and Dickerson on the outside. Vortex Motorsports teammates, all a trio on the outside together. That is going to leave Rush and O'Neill on the bottom of the racetrack. Off of turn number 2 one more time. We got a couple laps left to go to get to halfway. We are 18 laps down, 22 to go. It is Brendan McHugh out in front. Cliff Adams, Matt Dickerson, Aiden O'Neill is going to move up to the top of the racetrack. That's going to leave Todd Rush down on the bottom with Barker. And you can just see that transition into the corner. The car just, it's like going down dropping off a hill on a roller coaster. And let's take a look here. Let's see if we can get our mile per hour. 239, 240 mile an hour into the corner for Cliff Adams. O'Neill takes a look to the inside. A nice run from O'Neill. He had a big head of steam heading into the corner with help from Colton Gardner, and they're going to get a big run. We're under caution once again. I'm not sure who it's involving here. I'm not seeing it on my screen. We see Charlie Bolin. It looks like it might have involved Charlie and maybe the 19 at Connor Fuse, as we see Connor limping around back here. So we are under caution here at the halfway point. So let's see if what we can see here from Connor. He's got Preston Brown right there behind him. I mean, that bump is, and just that's exactly what happened. Is Connor just hit that bump, lost the back of the car, going to slide up into the outside wall, and Bowling just sneaks by on the outside, but then he loses it on his own, able to gather it back up. Let's take a look at that from Charlie's point of view. Let's see if we can get on the webcam, on the roof cam here. Oh, there we go. So let's watch this as Charlie's heading down in the corner. He's quite a ways back here by himself. He can see the 19 spinning around, and he sees him sliding down the racetrack. It just, I can see exactly what Charlie was thinking. He thought that Charlie was going to, or that Connor was going to slide down the racetrack out of the way, but actually Connor did a good job of getting on the brakes and staying up on the top. But Connor, it left little room for Charlie to find a way around, and he hit the outside wall. So it looks like he's going to take a little bit more damage here. All right, we are dual streaming tonight on the YouTube channel and over on the Twitch channel. Twitch channel is twitch.tv/mod05. That was my old Xbox handle that we used over there. So that's also DRSN over there. That is the channel if you're looking for... If you want to go back and watch qualifying and the first heat race, because I was stupid enough not to go live on the YouTube channel. So you can go back and watch that over there. But right now, we've got Barker. Who's out in front of this thing now? So Barker's going to be leading us as it looks like... Let's see. It's like most everybody pitted here on lap 15. But as we were looking at that replay going on in the back, somehow O'Neill made his way to the front. McHugh now to second, Gardner in third. So Jeff Burke, thanks for joining us up there in the chat. We see Kibby up there as well. Is it J Kib? Is that Jordan or Jonathan? I'm not quite sure. Burke pretty confident Todd Rush is going to win. Let's take a look here at Todd in the 55. I mean, he's focused right there, man. He wants to win this race. We can see him talking to his teammates over there at CZ Motorsports. Or actually, so let's take, as a matter of fact, let's just take a look at CZ Motorsports. Todd Rush, Charlie Bowling, and Cody Zerhoff right now running 6th, 9th, and 10th. Or excuse me, 14th for Zerhoff. I had to get that mile per hour thing out of the way. Other teammates on the racetrack, Aiden O'Neill, got Preston Brown there, both in the top 10, 1st and 7th. Vortex Motorsports of Brendan McHugh, Cliff Adams, and Matt Dickerson all right there on the racetrack together. And we haven't really had enough long green flag runs for drafting to really come into play a whole lot, but I think we're going to use up our... I wish I had something to show me how many fast repairs these guys had left. They came in here with 4 fast repairs. Blue Ridge Racing, they've brought a full contingency to the Speedway. Man, they're basically a third of the field. Colton Gardner in 3rd, Hunter Hughes 8th, Connor Hughes back there in 11th, Barker in 12th. Actually, the last car on the list there, Corey Bodeno, is our choose cone car, so he's really not in the race. Who else do we miss here? We've got Vortex. We covered Blue Ridge. We've got Vortex. Timu, Joe Gibbs, Justin Kruger, and Kyle Saha not having a great night. They've both got involved in a couple incidents. They're now down a lap, both in 13th and 15th, respectively. All right, we've got Charisse here in. Well, you didn't miss anything. I mean, I'm not going to say you didn't miss anything, Charisse, but you didn't miss anything earlier on in the first couple of heat races. But in the feature here, we're about halfway through, a little past halfway. We got 18 laps left to go. We're going to go... The light's still on a pace car. I can't see it from there. But it looks like we're going to go back to green flag racing. This time we'll have 17 to go as we come across a stripe. And these cars are just tough to handle. We actually, what I should have done is brought one of the drivers here into the chat. Maybe we'll do that if we get another caution. Bring somebody up and just have them tell us just how challenging this is right now. I don't want to get anybody. We're getting back ready to go back to green flag races. I won't bug anybody yet. If Todd doesn't win, you're going to riot. Well, for those of you that are just joining, we also got another event going on the channel live right now as well, which is the Fire for Effect ARCA series. Fire for Effect Foundation helps out a lot of our veterans here in the country and what we're doing tonight is over on that race and on this race too. Any super chats, any super chat donations, $3 or $5 are all going to go back to Fire for Foundation. So thank you for being here with us. Thanks to everybody that's been here watching. But a good foundation over there, good nonprofit helping out our veterans in the country. But right now, we're going to go back to green flag racing here at Half Decent Racing League. 17 to go as we come across the line. It's Aiden O'Neill, Brendan McHugh. Down into turn number 1 here. Once again, 17 laps left to go. As we said, O'Neill's going to slide top of the racetrack. He's going to get up in front of McHugh. Aiden O'Neill looks like he may have found something here. He has looked really good the last few laps. Colton Gardner right there with him. Let's take a look here at our mile per hour down the back straight. I want to take a look at McHugh because McHugh looks to have a head of steam. 228, 231 mile an hour. He's getting a big shove from the 80. And you can see that outside line has really got some momentum as they're going to take the lead down into turn number 3. McHugh on the outside of the racetrack. O'Neill fighting back on the bottom. It's 2 against 3. O'Neill and Gardner on the bottom of the racetrack. McHugh, Adams, and Dickerson on the outside. And it's a little further back. It's the 53, our pole sitter, Preston Brown. Hunter Hughes on the outside with Cody Zuroff in the 54. Cody is a lap down. The first car a lap down. He's hoping for another caution flag to get the lucky dog. But right now, McHugh in the 32 out in front. And before I can even get that in my mouth, here comes 87 O'Neill down on the bottom. Down the back straightaway. It looks like O'Neill and Gardner working really well together here. Let's take a look here on board with the 41. Started back in 5th, up 2 spots, up to 3rd is Colton Gardner. Hunter Hughes in the 18th has been involved in a couple incidents. It looks like maybe our drivers are starting to get the feel of this racetrack, learning where the bumps are, how it's going to upset the car, being able to deal with it. Because we're going to get some green flag racing here going. Here comes Zurhoff right there behind Dickerson. I mean, it's just like if you haven't been on this racetrack before, it is like a roller coaster heading into the corners. We got caution in the air. Caution in the air, and it looks like it might be Connor Fuse again and Charlie Bolin also involved in this one. Mark Osher on the outside. This has not been Charlie Bolin's night. He won his heat race number 2 earlier, but has to jump to the pits. I'd be shocked if he has any fast repairs at this point. He is involved in a couple incidents here. Caution in the air for his 6th time. Collateral Damage Sports Network bringing you a bunch of these fancy looking graphics and overlays. Check them out. All right, so Aiden O'Neill out in front of this thing. Caution again. Let's go back and see what happened here. It looks like Osher, Connor Fuse, and Charlie Bowling may have been the 3 involved in this one. And they're back here towards the back of the pack. So let's see Osher on the bottom. It looks like it's going to happen in front here with Fuse. So let's zero in on Connor Fuse here. And he just loses it. And we've seen that before as he comes up the racetrack, gets into the left for a quarter of the 17. And unfortunately, Charlie Bowling just really nowhere to go. He's just in the wrong place at the wrong time. I think I've said that a dozen times already tonight. But unfortunate there for Bowling. He's going to get involved in this one. Mark Osher as well. Mark just kind of minding his old business, driving around the racetrack, gets collected in that one as well. And it looks like Kruger also involved in it. So let's take another quick look at it and see how Justin Kruger became involved in this one here a little bit later on through it. So watch the 29. Where's he at on the racetrack? He's up on the outside. Oh yeah, he's just going to get a piece of this right. He just tried to avoid it. He saw the 19 car coming up the racetrack, tried to avoid it, got into the outside wall, and eventually ends up spinning himself out down into turn number 4. Now, we saw some crazy netcode stuff going on earlier. Not so sure if that's what's happened there, but... All right, here's the 55 of Todd Rush. He's going to find his way down pit lane. I don't think this is going to be for tires. I expect this to be for fuel only. No, he's going to take right side tires there, it looks like. I don't see the left side. Yep, going to take left side. So 4 tire stop there for Todd Rush. Is our Choose Cone car already out on the racetrack? I think he might be a lap early as the lights are still on. I think that's going to put Cody Zurhoff. Is that Cody going to get back on the lead lap on that? I think he is. So Cody Zurhoff got the wave around. He's going to go around and catch the tail end of the lead lap. I don't think Todd looks sad there, Sharice. I think he just looks focused. He wants to win this race as bad as anybody. He wants that trophy from Sunny Creek Designs. All right, we started this race with 15, I believe it was. I think we're down to maybe 13. Actually, I think all 15 drivers are still here. Charlie Bowen's sitting down on pit road in the 5. Mark Osher's back. Actually, Mark may be done. I think Mark might be done because we might have lost Mark Osher out of this one. All right, we're going to go around one more time. I should take more commercial. Oh, you know what I said I was going to do? I was going to grab a driver. So let's see if we can find Todd. Hey, Todd, you got Chris. Oh, sorry, man. I caught you mid-sentence. Well, don't do that. Not especially on the monitors, man. This is some expensive equipment. All right. So we're going to go around here one more time. So I thought I'd grab you and bring you up here. Sharice want to know why you look so sad in the YouTube chat. I'm not sure. But I told her you didn't look sad. You looked focused. But all right, man. So this looks a little crazy out there, man. Kind of tell us what it feels like from the seat of the car. Hang on just a second. Not my night for getting stuff right here on the channel, because you know what? I had you muted there, so you're back now. So kind of tell us again here how the track is.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. There's a bump going into the turns and hitting those at 240, especially when you're in the draft. It's a little wild.
Well, we've seen a bunch of drivers. Well, surprisingly, what you normally don't see on a super speedway, but like you said, those bumps are probably causing a lot of it. Is just kind of losing it on your own right in the middle of the corner. We've seen it happen to a few drivers already.
Yeah, so what it is it's coming into the turn. If you hit that bump wrong and then usually if you're trying to keep the bottom is when it wants to kind of spin out on you, because the back end's getting air coming off of them. I don't know if you're able to catch it on the broadcast, but being right behind these guys, it's catching some air, and it's pretty wild to see.
I've not really seen that, but we got about half a lap here to go back to green. We're gonna get you back up with your boys there at CZ Motorsports, so we'll catch you a little bit later on. So good luck the rest of the way, brother.
I appreciate you, buddy.
All right, you bet. All right, we're putting Todd back up there, back in the CZ Motorsports. I think we got all of our sound and our go live and all that stuff worked out here for the night. So we get back with these drivers, we'll be able to hear what they're saying. So thanks for being up there. A few technical things here and there, and they're really not difficult. It's just me being a moron. So thanks for being here with us tonight. We're gonna go green flag here. Come off of turn number 4 here. We've got we're gonna have 11 laps to go. We'll start lap number 30 when we go back to green flag racing. It's Aiden O'Neill, Hunter Hughes, Colton Gardner, Preston Brown, and Brendan McHugh. That's your top 5. Take a look at O'Neill up front. Aiden O'Neill looks strong here. He's got a good car. He's got a good run. Hunter Hughes going to be right there with him. So Aiden O'Neill looks to have really figured this place out. Don't see him get near as upset into the corners as we've seen some of the other drivers. And down the back straight, we're pretty much single filed out. O'Neill, Hughes, Gardner, McHugh. McHugh's going to take a look to the outside to see if Adams goes with him. And Aiden O'Neill backs up. It looked like Aiden might have been backing up to the nose of the 18. And here comes Barker down the bottom. So we got about 6 cars here right on top of each other. Hughes getting a little bit squirrely right there. He's stuck in the middle of the racetrack. McHugh's taking a gamble up on the outside. Hughes turns the car down the racetrack. He is stuck in the middle. Gardner moves up there in front of him to kind of help him out. But unfortunately, he's not going to fall back. So Hughes going to lose about 3 or 4 spots here as McHugh, Adams, and Dickerson go by on the outside of the racetrack. That's going to send Brendan McHugh all the way to the point. Back out in front, it's the 32. Adams right there with him. McHugh drops down to the bottom. He's going to leave his teammate stuck up on the outside. He's going to come down to pick up the 87, and you can just see the effect of the draft down these straightaways. Here comes Aiden O'Neill. A little bump drafting going down the back chute. O'Neill's going to catch up to the 32. Gardner right there with him. And like Todd was saying, they hit those bumps. The car kind of catches some air. You saw Adams drift up the racetrack. Here comes Brendan McHugh. Aiden O'Neill's going to take a look to the outside as they come across the stripe to start lap number 32. He has got Gardner right there with him. Looks like we got just about most of the field all right here together. Todd Rush back here in ninth. He is in the back of this lead draft. Connor Hughes. So the top 10 cars that are on the lead lap all right here in this draft right now. Connor Hughes going to take a look to the inside of McHugh. 3 wide. That's for third. Here comes Jacob Barker. Barker's going to go with him. That is going to leave Adams up on the outside of the racetrack. McHugh is going to go backwards here. Brendan McHugh stuck in the middle of the racetrack. He is going to lose some ground. Watch the 32. He's going to take a look to the inside of Barker. He thinks it's better, but tucks back in behind him. We've got 8 to go this time. O'Neill, Gardner. Gardner's got to run on the bottom of the racetrack. Right now, I think this is Aiden O'Neill's race to win right now. He looks to have the best control on this racetrack. It looks like he's the most experience on it. He is fighting his way around here, iRacing Superspeedway, and right now he's out in front. Can anybody challenge the 87 before this is over with? Single file for first, second, then it's 2x2 from there on back. Caution in the air, and it looks like, again, it looks like the 19 of Connor Hughes might be involved in this one. I'm not sure who that was with him. It might have been Justin Kruger. So Kruger and Hughes involved in this one. Justin's got to be out of faster pairs. Connor Hughes definitely, as he's going to come flying down pit road. And that's going to be a speeding penalty, I would believe, at this point for Connor. I don't know if he really cares at this point. Let's take a look here and see what happened here with Connor. Well, we've seen Connor a couple times struggle with the car, lose the back of it. It's happened to him more than once. Let's see what happens here as he's catch up to the back of the 44. Gives Dickerson a little shove right there, and just hits that bump. And you can see right there, both the cars. You can see the 32 and the 19. Watch McHugh hits the inside, comes up the racetrack, gets into the side of the 19. He is going to turn around. Where does Kruger come into this thing at? Oh, right there. So let's find a little bit different angle on that one here. And we'll just rewind it. I don't, whatever. At this point, whatever it takes to get where we want to see. So let's watch Kruger. Yeah, he just nowhere to go as the 19's kind of blocking the whole racetrack at that point. So we may have lost a couple of cars right there. I'd be shocked if Kruger or Connor Hughes have any faster pairs. And as I say that, where is Connor? Oh, they're both down pit road right now. All right, so we're down to 10 cars on the lead lap. First car a lap down is the 11 of Kyle Saha. He's back a lap down. Charlie Bowling also a lap down at this point. As we've got basically 6 laps left to go. Let's see who else we can find to talk with here. Let's see if we can find Brandon here, or Brendan, whatever. Hey, Brendan, you got Chris in the booth. Are you there?
What up, Chris?
All right, man. This has been wild. How's it from? Been wild to watch. How's it from where you're at?
It's wild in the seat too.
So you got where you at here on the racetrack? You're back. Thanks for showing the webcam with us tonight, by the way. We got you live on camera now. You're back here in 9th right now. I'm telling you what, Aiden looks pretty strong up here. He looks like he has a handle on his place. You guys got anything for him?
We'll find out. I hope so.
All right, brother. Well, I think we're going to go back to green flag. We got looks like we're going to have about 5 laps left to go. Let's see. Where is Cliff? I don't see Cliff and Matt. You guys going to try to get teamed up here, I would assume, at this point? Or is it just kind of every man for themselves?
I hope we can get linked up, but we're going to all try to win it. That's for sure.
All right, brother. Well, good luck. We'll talk to you afterwards.
Thanks, man.
All right. There's Brendan McHugh right there. I probably called him Brandon a few times tonight, but I'm sure he'll understand. All right. Lights are out on the pace car one more time. We should have taken more commercials tonight. We should have paid some more bills, I guess. So who'd we lose on our webcam? We lost Cody Zerhoff. Cody Zerhoff out of the running for the bonus money tonight, as he has left us. And he's probably left, I think he's left the iRacing server as well. All right. As we see our race controller and choose cone car of Corey Bowden is going to make his way down to pit road as he's going to try to pace the field here off of turn number 4. Pace car is going to pull in. We're going to go green flag here once again. Barney with the green flag in his hand. Green flag out one more time here at iRacing Superspeedway for the Half Decent Racing League, brought to you by Sunny Creek Designs. 5 to go Across the line, Aiden O'Neill in this 87's got Hunter Hughes right there with him. Behind him is Colton Gardner and Cliff Adams. Down to turn number 2, we're single file on the bottom of the racetrack. Up on the outside is Preston Brown, your pole sitter. He's got really no help out there. Your top 4 single filed out, and that's a little ways back to Jacob Barker. Brown's going to fall back here behind Barker, and it looks like Dickerson. Brendan McHugh on the outside. He's got the 29 of Kruger. Kruger must have had a faster pair left. He's back out here on the racetrack. He is a couple laps down at this point. Watch the 29. Who's he going to go with? Side by side for third. That's Adams on the bottom. Gardner on the outside. Adams got the advantage of the 2-car draft in front of him. He is going to clear Gardner. Watch the 41. We've got 4 to go this time by it. Barker's going to close up on the back of him. 3 cars up front, single file, 2 by 2 back. There on back. Gardner in 4th. Barker, Brown, McHugh, Dickerson, Fuse, Todd Rush, and Kyle Saha. That's your 11 cars on the lead lap. They're all right here in this lead draft. Hunter Hughes going to take a look to the inside. He's going to wiggle around right there off the nose of the 80. Somehow we kept him going straight right there. I thought that was going to be another caution flag. Hunter Hughes took a look to the inside. Adams went with him. They get into a little contact. And look at the cars as they come up off the corner. And it looks like Connor Fuse one more time is going to go around. They're down pit road. Connor Fuse, the 53 of Brown and Saha, are going to be involved. Parts flying everywhere. There goes the hood off of the 19. Saha is going to finish off the 19 on pit road right there. And because they were on pit road, we're still green flag. So 3 cars spun out down on the pit road, heavy contact, green flag still in the air. We're down to 9 cars in this lead draft. But it's still Aiden O'Neill out in front. Cliff Adams takes a look to the inside in the number 80. He doesn't have anybody really close to help him out. Gardner pushes up the racetrack. We're 3 wide here for third. Here comes Brendan McHugh in the middle of the racetrack. Barker right there with him. Up off the corner. And Dickerson's going to go up against the wall. Dickerson's going to come up the wall, collect the 12 of Barker. Gardner involved in it. Looks like Kruger, also the 55 of Todd Rush, getting into this one. So we are under caution now for the 8th time. The first car I saw going around was Matt Dickerson. I'm not sure if that was of his own doing or if he got a little help from behind. So let's go back and take a look at this one from the 40 angle of the 44. Not from that camera. From this one. So we'll watch the 44. He's on the bottom of the racetrack. Barker on his outside. Man, I don't know what that was. So it looks like... Let's watch this in slow motion here. I mean, Dickerson starts to turn up the racetrack like he's getting hit in the right rear right there, but there was like 5 feet in between the cars. So I'm not sure what the heck that was. But you can see Rush heavily involved. He's getting into the 12 of Barker. They're going to make hard contact with the inside wall. All 4 tires in the air on the 12 car. Kruger also going to get into this one. The 29 car, I don't know if Justin Kruger's missed an incident. The 44 of Dickerson up in the air as well a couple of times. I mean, at 220, 230 mile an hour, this crash is going to carry all halfway down the straightaway. So I'm not sure what started right there, but it looked, I don't know if the way Matt Dickerson's car turned up the racetrack, that was a little odd. I mean, Matt's still spinning down here. All right, we're back to live action here. And it looks like our leaders are going to come down pit road. We're going to have green-white checkered situation here at this point. So just about everybody coming down pit road except for the 87 of O'Neill, Adams, and McHugh are going to stay out on the racetrack. They pitted back on that 15 and 14 respectively. An EOL for the 55 of Todd Rush. He's going to take some repairs down here. Watch the 55. There goes Hunter Hughes in 18 rolling off a pit road. All right, let's see. Where is Matt Dickerson? Matt is... Hey, Matt, you got Chris in the booth. Are you there?
Got you, buddy.
That looked weird from our angle, man. Tell us kind of what happened from your seat.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't really know what happened. I wasn't sure if I floated up, got hooked or what, but yeah, it was kind of, I think they said I floated up, but I don't know if it was like air or what. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, from our angle, I mean, from our angle, your car just turned right like you were hooked, but Kyle was on your outside like about 5 feet away from you, so We've seen some crazy netcode stuff here at iRacing Superspeedway. Maybe this is the reason we don't run a lot of races here.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, dude. It felt weird.
Well,
It
what do
felt
you
really weird.
what do you got in plan here? You're towards the back here on this green-white checkered. You got anything
Yeah,
in
I don't
store?
know. I just had a tow. I'm gonna go fly around, try to get my lap back. So I don't know if I'm gonna have time, but we'll see what happens.
All right, brother. Well, good luck. Hopefully you can get up there and get a good finish.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, take care. All right, that was Matt Dickerson. Right there, trying to get his lap back. As you said, he's going to see if he can drive around. Right now, where's he at on the racetrack? He's catching the pack here, so watching him come flying by here on the outside. It'll look like he's going to get a wave around here, get back on the lead lap, but is he going to catch the field here before they go back to green flag racing? As it looks like, to see if the lights are going to come out this time. Lights are out, so it looks like are we going to go single file, or everybody's just going to double up without the choose. The choose cone car looks like may have missed his mark here. As you see Corey Bodeno just coming out. I think maybe he fell asleep after 8 caution flags. But they're gonna choose right here in the middle of the corner. Well, Corey's gonna park it right there in turn 1, make everybody choose a way around. So the goal of the choose cone car is to get out on the racetrack and let the drivers pick the inside or outside line. So it looks like O'Neill's going to go to the bottom, Barker to the outside, Cliff Adams on the bottom, Colton Gardner to his outside. So don't forget, we've also got the $10 or $20 bonus here for any driver on the webcam. That the highest finishing driver is going to take home $10 if they can win the race. They're going to take 20. As we're right here with Colton Gardner, he is our highest running a webcam driver right now. Brendan McHugh right there behind him in the 32. And a little further back, we've got Todd Rush. And let's see who else we still have on cam. It looks like Colton Gardner, Todd Rush, Barker. Forgot about Jacob. So actually Jacob is our front runner up there in second right now. But does he have a little damage on the right rear? Or is that just the some kind of odd paint job on there? I think that's what it is. All right. So we're going to go racing one more time. Green, white, checkered. First attempt at it here. O'Neill, Barker, Gardner, Adams, Hunter Hughes. That's your top 5. All right, rolling off turn number 4. That pace car driver is getting a little bit tired tonight. Making laps, turning off a pit road. Here comes O'Neill and Barker one more time. Down the front straightaway, we're going to go green flag. And who is that with a head of steam back there? I think that's Justin Kruger. Justin's going to try to get a lap back here. He gets himself another lap back. He is currently about 3 laps down. So no harm, no foul, but he is going to go flying by there on the restart. O'Neill out in front. We just need to make it to the white flag lap, and the next lap will finish it. Cliff Adams down there on the bottom. McHugh, his teammate, the Vortex Motorsports drivers, teamed up on the bottom. Up on the outside, it's O'Neill and Barker down the back straightaway. A lap and a half left to go here at iRacing Superspeedway. Can we make it to the white flag? I see Todd Rush for the win up in the chat. Todd back in 10th. He's going to have miracle's going to have to happen if he's going to get up there right now. Right now, it's Aiden O'Neill's race. Up on the outside, but here comes Cliff Adams on the bottom. They're going to come across the line side by side at the stripe. 1 to go, white flag in the air. Adams on the bottom of the racetrack. You can see Justin Kruger, the lap car, way up ahead into turn number 1. Adams has got the lead. McHugh right there with him. O'Neill on the outside. It's the 80 into 32. They're going to find a way around Aiden O'Neill. Right now it's Cliff Adams. Cliff Adams has just got to find the right line to block. Right now he's on the bottom with the 32. He's going to move up to the top of the racetrack. Here comes Hunter Hughes and Kyle Saw with a big head of steam, but just not enough. Preston Brown takes a look. We made our way into turn 3. Adams out in front. McHugh now in second. Preston Brown comes along in third. Aiden O'Neill up on the outside. They're going to come across the line. Watch the 80. The 80 of Cliff Adams going to bring home the win. We're 4 wide back there for third. Adams with the victory. Brendan McHugh in second. Aiden O'Neill third. Colton Gardner is going to come home in the 4th spot. Preston Brown in 5th. Hunter Hughes in 6th. Jacob Barker, Charlie Bowling recovers to get back up to 8th in the 5 car. Kyle Saha in 9th. Matt Dickerson 10th. Connor Fuse. Connor somehow finished that race on the lead lap. Todd Rush comes home in 12th. So right now, your winner, well, not just right now, your winner, Cliff Adams, in the DRSN house car. Let's see if we can find a good shot of the DRSN house car. The number 80 of Cliff Adams brings home the win. Brandon McHugh back there in second. He'll take home the $10 bonus webcam driver for coming home in second. Colton Gardner back there in fourth. Aiden O'Neill already off the racetrack. Let's take a look here at that last lap one more time. All right, this was coming to the white flag right here, side by side, the 80 and the 87. And this was a great race into 1 and 2. And you see the draft, how they came into play right here. Barker was not able to hang on to the 87's back bumper. That let enough momentum down on the bottom of the racetrack of Adams and McHugh to let Adams get out in front, clear of both of those drivers. He had pretty much a lane choice at that point. Cliff Adams could move to the top, he could move to the bottom. And he's able to block off Aiden O'Neill. Now Aiden's going to lose a head of steam. He gets stuck in the middle right here. Here comes McHugh on the bottom with Preston Brown. A good run there for Preston after starting on the pole. And that big, huge bump coming off the corner as they're coming down to the stripe. 5, 6 wide right back there for third, fourth, and fifth. As Cliff Adams able to bring home the win. Brandon McHugh in second. Wow, that was a big one. That was fun. That was the first time we've covered a race here at iRacing Superspeedway, and that was a lot of fun. So it's going to be Cliff Adams bringing home the win here. And I'm trying to find my camera that I want to find. All right, there we go. So Cliff Adams, see if we can find anybody up in the Discord chat here. All right. In the interview room, we have Cliff Adams. Cliff, you got Chris in the booth. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Man, that was exciting to watch. Tell me how it felt from where you were.
Oh, it was pretty fun. There at the end, pretty good racing. I had to put a block on the outside. Just try to make it as clean as I could. Try to kill their momentum and move back down and try to give Brendan the air. But
Well,
yeah, it was a lot of fun there at the end.
I mean, it looked like Aiden pretty much had this place figured out a little bit before everybody else. I know not everybody had a lot of experience here, but I thought it really looked like this was going to be Aiden's race to win. But it looks like you guys really found something to team up there between you and Brendan there towards the end.
Yeah, he was pretty tough. He was fast. I knew it was going to be hard to beat him coming down to the end. It just worked out to where I was able to get the runs when I needed it, and really he kind of left me the bottom a couple times, I think, and I was just able to hold it. And with Brendan behind me, it was just enough to stay out front.
Well, I know we messaged back and forth a couple times this week when you're putting new paint job together. Man, that DRSN looks sharp out there. I'm guessing with the victory here, you may just have to keep that on there for a while.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep this paint scheme. Glad I could put it in the winner circle of being the first one out for you. But yeah, I really like how it turned out, and definitely a good luck charm, I guess.
Well, All-Star race, no points tonight. We get back to points racing next week in Indianapolis. We haven't yet to cover a race in Indianapolis in quite a while, but that looks to be a fun one. How do you feel about that next week?
I like the track. A lot of fun. Pretty technical for the corners. Never done it in this car before, so I got to get some practice laps in maybe if I get time. But yeah, that should be a lot of fun. I like that track.
Well, brother, fantastic run tonight. Thanks for putting the paint scheme together. It looked really sharp out there. But man, before we get you out of here, anybody you want to give a thanks to?
You for putting on the broadcast, DRSN, Todd running the league, Corey doing the race control, all the admins behind the scenes that make it happen. Good bunch of guys to run with.
All right, brother. Well, have a good rest of the weekend, and I'm sure we'll talk to you again next time.
Oh,
yes, sir.
One shout out, Sunny Creek.
Sunny Creek Design.
Last time.
Yeah, man.
Sunny Creek Designs for sponsoring the league or the series.
They're going to sponsor the trophy tonight for this one tonight too.
Yeah, yep, and their trophies look really nice. I appreciate it, what they do for us, and yeah, I just want to give a shout out to them.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you again next time. Take care.
All right, you too.
Yeah, let's get our second place finisher up here. Let's get Brendan up here with us. All right, Brendan, are you there?
I'm here. What's happening?
Well, we got you on cam as well, so say hi to everybody. But great run. We talked to you there during the race, and you found yourself to your teammate, man. I know you really wanted to get the victory here, but ended up coming home in second. You and Cliff were able to team up and power pass Aiden.
Yeah, man, that was fun. 2 weeks in a row getting to push somebody to victory, so I'll take it.
Well, 2 weeks. I mean, 2 weeks in a row is probably enough. Now, next time it's going to be somebody else's turn to push you to the win, right?
We'll see.
Well, and thanks again for sharing the webcam tonight. A $10 bonus. Cliff cost you $10, man. It would have been a $20 bonus if you could have got past him.
Come on.
Well, good job out there. Never mind, you guys looked really sharp. I know Matt really wanted to be up there with you as well, but he got involved in a weird incident. If you go back and watch it, that was really bizarre. But great run there tonight, man. You guys worked really well together. And this was pretty much one of the most challenging races I think I've watched in a while.
Yeah, man, tough track. It was tough to hold it all together in the draft. I mean, back end just gets squirrely, so it was fun though.
Yeah.
Seemed like we got a rhythm there the last like 10 laps or so.
Yeah, the long green flag runs were not going to be to our doing tonight, but I think if we could have had a long green flag run, it would have been pretty exciting. But well, Indianapolis next week, you're going to be here with us for that, I assume.
Yep, I'm gonna give it a shot.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on a good run tonight. Before we get you out of here, though, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, appreciate all the guys that make it happen. You guys doing the broadcast, Todd, everybody in the league, the admin, and of course Matt, Cliff, and Steven. So that's it.
All right, man. Well, have a good rest of your weekend. I'm not sure where you are in the country, but enjoy the sunshine, hopefully, wherever you are.
Hey, appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, man.
You
Take
too.
care.
Yep. Bye.
All right, let's get our third place finisher here. Aiden, are you there, buddy?
I gotcha.
Well, I was calling it through most of this race that it looked like you had the best control of the track. It looked like you had the most experience out there early on. At least you had control of this thing. I thought it was your race to win right there. Kind of tell us how it went from your point of view.
It was fun. We had some good teamwork with the 41, the 18, 12, and the 53 there at the end. So running up front there was a lot of fun. The draft was awesome. I kind of feel like the 29, I don't know what he was doing on that last restart, but I feel like he just gave that bottom line just that little bit of extra toe at the end of turn 4 to get them up across the line. But that was good racing with Cliff and Brennan there at the end. Cliff threw a nice block that checked us up, but that was fun.
Yeah, he had enough momentum off it, too. We kind of saw that as he was able to get enough ahead of steam that he pretty much had the choice to go to the top or the bottom down the back straightaway, and I think that was pretty much what sealed it off for him there.
Yep.
Well, I mean, and you had to fight back. You were back, I think, going into 3, you were probably back about 5th at that point. Colton.
I think so. I think they went 4 or 5 wide there, and that stacked them up enough to keep my momentum up enough to, I don't know, keep a top 3, though.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go back and watch that because that was kind of crazy. But you guys were like 5 wide coming off of turn number 4 for 3rd, 4th on back.
Yep.
But man, great run tonight. I mean, you've been good all season long. We come back next Friday night, get back to the points race in Indianapolis. Another challenging racetrack. It's not going to be an easy one to get around either.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Indy. I know the flat track's a little bit harder on tire wear, but should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to getting going there.
All right, man. Well, before we get you out of here, I'm sure you got some people that want to thank to help you get it done there on the 87.
Yeah. Big thanks to Preston Brown, Colton Gardner, Hunter Hughes, Jacob Barker, and Connor Few. We worked together pretty well up there when we were in line. And thank you to my girlfriend, Gabby, for watching and sticking around for this whole race.
All right, brother. Well, have yourself a great weekend, and we'll talk to you probably next week.
Yeah, sounds good. Hopefully you'll be talking to me more often.
All right, brother. Take care.
You too.
All right. That is going to wrap it up here for us at iRacing Superspeedway for the Half Decent Racing League All-Star event brought to you by Sunny Creek Designs. So let's go back and let's take a look at our full results as I get some of this stuff off of our screen here. So let's take a look at the full results here for tonight. That was race number 1. Here's the feature. Cliff Adams bringing home the win. After starting back in 6th, Brendan McHugh in 2nd, going to bring home the webcam bonus. Aiden O'Neill there in 3rd, Colton Gardner in 4th, Preston Brown, Hunter Hughes, Jacob Barker in 7th, Charlie Bowling with a good finish to get back up into the top 10, up to 8th, Kyle Saha in 9th, Matt Dickerson's going to come home and back in 10th, Connor Fuse in 11th, Todd Rush was hoping for a good run. He's going to come home in 12th, Justin Kruger 13th, Cody Zuroff 14th, and Mark Osher is going to round out our 15-car field. Corey Bodno, got to thank him for the race control and the Choose Cone car. We see him on the scoring here back in 16th, but all he did was drive around in circles. So, all right. I guess everybody just kind of drove around in circles, really. All right, we're going to go ahead and get out of here for the night. But don't forget, we got more action coming your way tomorrow night with the JWR iRacing Saturday Night Fever. That is the Superspeedway Money Racing. Do not miss that. That's going to be a fun one tomorrow night at Daytona with the Craftsman trucks. And then we're back Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday with the Dirty Old Bastards 410s. It is 410 week at Eldora for the Kings Royal. Do not miss that one. That is going to be a lot of fun. But we're going to go and get out of here for the night. So from all of us here at DRSN, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us and tolerating through some of our technical issues. But I'm Chris Murphy saying keep it smooth, keep it smart, and if you can't do that, at least keep it entertaining for the folks at home. We're going to see you next time. Good night.